Now, I'm very glad to be able to sit here this evening and interview my boss, because interviewing your boss is rather an uncommon thing in the British Foreign Office. Now, for those who don't know me, I am the ambassador to Oman. Yes, I spend my time in Oman. I hang around sheikhs and imams and business people and, on rare occasions, the ordinary Omanian citizen. It is thus that I, a very representative member of the Foreign Office, was recalled to Britain to interview my boss, William Hague, a man as right and honourable as his former colleague, David Laws. So, William, what do you have to say for yourself in the form of a greeting?
Can I just categorically say that it is an absolute pleasure to be present at this interview today?
I'm sorry, William. I just need to
it's
reach
quite all right.
for my newspaper. I won't be a moment. Okay, now let me just find it. Here we are, yes. It says here that you consider the rumours untrue and deeply distressing.
They are categorically my words. I have made no secret that they are my words. Now, what is, Timothy, the issue here?
William, this is an interview, and I'll ask the questions, you see. What I mean is, don't you feel that it shouldn't be deeply distressing to have the notion that you may or may not be a homosexual man floating around your esteemed character?
Well, I must lack your empathy with gays from your public school days, Timothy. Basically, I do not enjoy the notion of being called or thought about as a gay man. Let us
come
just...
on, it worked for Mr. Laws, didn't it? I mean, he just said, I'm gay, and therefore I can take a load of money from the public purse, and I personally sympathise with his reasoning, and I hope you can sympathise
Timothy,
with
that
it.
is wrong. That is a wrong thing to apply to this particular situation. I was not after the money. I was just after a sound
Bit of nookie.
Exactly.
With the wife.
True.
The wife. Not the aide. The wife.
Yes, that's right.
Did you ever find the man attractive? Did you acknowledge his handsomeness? Did you ever fantasize idly? And lastly, did you ever touch him in a non-sexual way?
Well, of course, there were fantasies. There were fantasies about me, with this man at my back, making this Foreign Office the best Foreign Office that Britain has seen in over a century.
That is extremely noble, and I'm fully behind you on that, as are the Omanians, of course. Did you touch him, though? Did you fondle a little? Just a little tap or a quick feely? That's what they call it, feely.
Yes, there were feelies, but they were strictly platonic feelies. I simply patted him on the shoulder, or... Well, I once gave him a little pat on the head. To be condescending, you see. You've got to do this when you are the boss. I mean, you probably know this yourself.
Indeed, we've all heard the examples from within Downing Street, when you had Cameron and Clegg. It's rather just a humorous thing, but it illustrates your point perfectly, yes.
And indeed, in this case, we had the Prime Minister pinching his deputy on the cheek. Now, I think it is fair to note that I did not go that far.
Well, I think for the Foreign Office's sake, That it is extremely fortunate that you didn't pinch him on his bottom cheeks. That is a relief. Had the press gotten hold of that, we'd all be in a spot of bother, you know.
And I'm just glad to finally do the job of blowing off these accusations. They are disgraceful. They were always unfounded. And that, Timothy, I just want to confirm.
Absolutely. So, have you been up to anything else in your job that might be of interest for you to just very quickly, because we're running out of time, sum up?
Well, of course, after all the completely untrue and disgraceful allegations the CDC has went through, you can imagine that I have empathy for their suffering.
Yes, it can't be very agreeable when you have the press pointing out that you're funneling cash from the poor to the rich bosses. You know, that's especially when you're supposed to be doing the opposite, you know, using wealth to better benefit the poor. You know, it's disgraceful that this tattle appears in the media.
Well, you can be assured that it will all be sorted out once the Foreign Office PR team, including Savannah PR, get onto the media and spread enough distorted facts to throw them off the scent. I mean the falsehood.
Don't worry, that'll quite be cut out. So William Hague, domestic-born foreign minister, thank you for taking part in this interview.
May I say that it has been a pleasure to walk around the rim, but not quite give the dignity of entering these unholy allegations with the scrutinizing rod of dignified debunking.